What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in to the Uncommon Mindset podcast. Today, I'm joined by the sensation, Richie Martinez. I'll just give you a brief background on who Richie is. So Richie Martinez, also known as Boogeyman, is a Jiu-Jitsu black belt under Eddie Bravo and one of the top 10th Planet Jiu Jitsu Academy representatives in grappling's current competitive no-gi scene. An Ebi and Onnit Invitational tournament runner-up. Richie is also the brother of another accomplished jiu-jitsu competitor, Geo Martinez, the two being known as the Freak Brothers amongst the sports fans. Richie is known as a legend in the sport of jiu-jitsu, and he has even crossed over to the MMA scene. This sensation of a person is no joke, and at the age of 36 years young, he definitely has more left in him. The future for this killer is looking bright, and it's such an honor to have you on the podcast today.
Thank you. Thank you for the great introduction, man. Yeah, I really appreciate you having me on, man.
No worries, Richie. So basically, I get really fascinated on people's like upbringing and what that was like. So we'll just start there. So I just want to ask, like, what was your upbringing like?
Like in life or in jiu-jitsu?
In life.
In life. So basically, like I was born in Southern California. I was born in Los Angeles. Eventually made my family decided to move to San Diego, which is where I kind of grew up. Went to school there and stuff like that. And then I grew up as a dancer, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, like jiu-jitsu, the reason why I got really attracted to jiu-jitsu is because of the art of it, you know what I'm saying? And not necessarily the art, but the art of competition. But yeah, I grew up as a dancer, a break dancer. I've been breakdancing over 20 years now. And I still do it, just not competitively anymore. I still do it just for the movement aspect of it. You know, I consider myself a master at movement. And you know, jiu-jitsu brings that along with everything else, you know, and being a master of movement made it really easy for me to get into jiu-jitsu, you know. And yeah, basically I grew up as a dancer, man, my whole life. I've been all about music and about movement of the body, you know, and I've been doing that as long as I could remember, you know. Throughout my life, I've had different kind of jobs. Never thought I would be in a atmosphere of martial arts, you know. And I was just always a fan of MMA. I was always a fan of just I love watching it, you know. I was such a big fan, and I you know, I hated that I never got introduced to it as a younger age, but because of that, I was able to accomplish my dance career, have accomplishment in my dance career. And because of my dance career, I feel that it made jiu-jitsu that much more valuable to me, and just the art of it, you know. So you know, throughout my life, I've always been competitive, but in an artistic way, you know. And me and my brother, like the good thing about being a dancer and being in jiu-jitsu, like me and my brother have traveled all over the world, and we got really connected with each other just because we've always been into the same things, you know?
Yeah, that's brilliant. No, yeah, I've seen so many of your fights, and like you said, from dancing, you've just become so flexible, and just watching you, it's incredible. It is an art in itself, just watching you, legit.
Thank you. And that's the beauty of it. Like I see my students and just different people, like they try to rush, like to get a move, or they try to like just rush to like, I need to get this fast, you know what I'm saying? Or even when we're rapping or drilling, it's like they try to rush it. I'm like, you cannot rush art, you know what I'm saying? Art takes, you can never master art, you know what I'm saying? It takes forever. And that's how I feel about jiu-jitsu. You can never master jiu-jitsu. You could accomplish yourself and accomplish many things in jiu-jitsu, but mastering it would take more than a lifetime, you know what I'm saying? Just because there's so much new visions and new views of jiu-jitsu, you know. Everybody views jiu-jitsu differently. So if I think that I've mastered art, I haven't mastered his art, I haven't mastered his art. So I think it's everlasting, and there's such beauty into it.
Yeah, of course. And you mentioned that you know, you're a bit gutted that you didn't start when you was at a younger age. When did you exactly start jiu-jitsu?
I actually started jiu-jitsu. It was a month before I turned 27. So I was, or 2 months before I turned 27. So I was 26 years old. You know, I'm about to hit 10 years this year, you know. And you know, it was one of those things that it's like I never thought that I was gonna accomplish anything with it. I just wanted to have fun, you know. And I feel that that's one of the reasons why it was very easy for me to to just get into it, because I didn't have no huge expectations. I didn't get into jiu-jitsu to be a world champion. I got into jiu-jitsu to have fun with my friends, my brother, and just enjoy it. I love watching it, so it's like, it was just very easy for me, like, to get into it. But like I said, like, I didn't have no huge expectations. Like, I didn't like, oh, I want to be a world champion. Like, I just wanted to have fun. And along the way, man, it became something that competition made it more easy for me to just fall more in love with it, because it wasn't just like competing against yourself to get better. It was like, I'm competing against myself and then other challengers and others and others and others. So that made it very easy and very fun, because it's like, it never got boring. It always was exciting to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, now you have a super fight. Now you have this tournament. So it was like, it never gave it a chance to get boring, and I feel that a lot of people get like bored of things that they do often. But for me, it's like, I never got bored. It always became fun. It always became a new challenge, so I was always entertained. Until now, I'm always entertained, man. Like, even now, like my vision is like a little bit different. Like, before, it was to be like it was competitiveness and just the beauty of the art. Now it's like the beauty of teaching, the challenge of teaching, just having a blank canvas and being able to just showcase your art through them. You know what I'm saying? So that made it a new challenge. So it's like I said, like, no matter what I'm doing or no matter what my goals are, like, it has never gotten boring, man. It always keeps me exciting,
That's brilliant. Yeah, because a lot of people, I think that's one of the reasons why they quit in what they do, because things get repetitive. And being in jiu-jitsu myself, I've only done it for two and a half years now.
For sure.
And I love it so much, because you're constantly learning. You're never not learning when you're doing jiu-jitsu, because a new move, and then there's something new that happens. You roll with someone else and they provide new ways to move, and it's incredible. Yeah.
There's never a dull moment, right?
That's it, yeah. And obviously, when you grew up, did you have like a role model that you looked up to? Was there anyone that you looked up to?
Like, realistically, like, man, like me and my brother, and I have a sister as well. We grew up with a single mother, you know what I'm saying? But she was always grinding, always working, you know what I'm saying? And she was always playing with us, like, no matter what. Like, she would fight, like, she had two jobs, but no matter what, in the middle of the day on her break, she would come and she'll play ball with us, you know what I'm saying? She was always like influential in her own way. She always wanted us to just enjoy the day, enjoy those moments, and she was an artistic person as well, you know what I'm saying? My mom was like a dancer, you know what I'm saying? She was a dancer and she was a musician as well. She was a singer. So and actually she came out in a bunch of movies as well. So the artistic side of her, I feel, influenced us without us even knowing, you know what I'm saying? She would always tell us the stories, and she was always showing us videos and pictures. So it's like, without her knowing, she was like a huge artistic influence to us, you know what I'm saying? Because we always kind of wanted to like replicate the awesome person that she was, because she was always involved in our lives. And it's like, without a dad, she was like kind of like a bigger role model than just a mother, you know what I'm saying? She was just a general like fundamental just person for us to look up to. And I feel that was our biggest influence, artistic influence, without even knowing, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, now, like, she like loves what we're doing, and she was never pressuring us to like have this career. She just wanted us to do well and just enjoy the day, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel that growing up, that's exactly what she did. She was just enjoying her life, and she showed us how beautiful life could really be.
No, that's brilliant. Yeah, I can see where you've got your hard work from then.
For sure.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask as well. Obviously, you were a student, and I believe you're still a student under Eddie Bravo. Is that correct?
Yes, 100%. Yes.
And I saw that you got your black belt in 2015. What was that like, getting your black belt from Eddie Bravo?
Man, it was a beautiful thing, because me and my brother both got our belts very fast, and for me, it was never. I'm not like I said, I was doing it for fun. I was never doing it for any kind of like belt system or nothing. Like, to be honest, like, I just did it to enjoy it, and it was very cool, because I was making the transition of becoming more of an instructor, and I was opening up 10th Planet San Diego, which is Eddie Bravo doesn't let people open up as brown belts, so it was kind of like like a big deal. You know, it was a very special moment because he was letting me open up Planet San Diego as a brown belt. So it was kind of like, it was a lot of pressure, especially San Diego being like a huge mecca of jiu-jitsu nowadays. You know, saying you have some of the biggest schools with huge legendary instructors. So it was intimidating doing it as a brown belt. But as I was opening up my school, he actually that same day he gave me my black belt. So it was super special and like something that it was literally like out of left field. I didn't expect it. I was in full shock, you know what I'm saying? But I never thought, I never said to myself that I didn't deserve it. There's a lot of people like, I don't deserve it right now, or whatever. But for me, I just took it as it was a big honor, you know what I'm saying? Like it was an honor to be able to get it from him. Somebody that I look up to a lot, you know, as a role model and just like as a person, that, you know, just a person that's so influential for many people, and that person able to award me my belt. It was very unique, and it took my words away. You know, like I was like speechless when it happened, and you know, like till this day, I feel very lucky that he is my instructor, and that he still kind of takes me upon his wing to guide me, whether it's through business, whether it's through jiu-jitsu, whether it's just life scenarios, you know what I'm saying? He's always there for me. And, you know, I wouldn't want any other instructor, you know?
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. Yeah, just like listening to him as well, like on YouTube and stuff like that. He's such a powerful person, I believe,
For
and
sure.
surrounding yourself around.
And you know, one thing that people don't really see a lot is like he's like to all the people that are under him, man. He always reaches out. He's always there for us, man. Like he's really attached to his students, you know what I'm saying? And not necessarily attached, but he's always there for us, you know what I'm saying? He's always there to lean a hand, to basically like a ear to listen to us, you know what I'm saying? Like anything that we always have to ask, doesn't matter what it is, like he's always there, and he's always giving us good advice, man. And people don't see that, you know what I'm saying, behind closed doors, but he's it's crazy to see, because the kind of instructor that he is the kind of instructor that I want to be, you know what I'm saying? Like being there for my students, you know. So it's a super cool dude to have be under, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, no, of course. And I'm just sitting here, I'm a bit jealous of what you do, because obviously you provide so much value for other people, and you do something that you love, which is, you know, it is hard to find nowadays, especially. And no, and it's amazing to hear that. Obviously, you touched on when you opened up the San Diego 10th Planet as a brown belt, there was pressure. So I just want to ask you, like, how do you deal with pressure when it comes to it? It could be like coming to a fight or anything like that.
You know, like before, it used to intimidate, pressure, you know, it's nerves, all that stuff. It used to intimidate me, you know, and it's like, now I encourage it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of like, it motivates me, you know, because to be honest, even I've been saying this forever, is like, you have to kind of like, take it upon yourself to, not everybody in the world's ever gonna feel that same kind of nerves. So when it comes down to competition, right, I'm still nervous. Like, even I've competed many times, and I still get nervous till this day. But it's like, I take it upon myself to like make me kind of more hyped up, you know, say more excited, because at the end of the day, it's like nobody gets to feel these nerves. It's kind of like it's like almost like a privilege, you know, say, to get these nerves. Before, I used to take it as a bad thing, like you're nervous, something's wrong. But now it's like you're nervous, you know, saying like I kind of like bring on the nerves, you know what I'm saying? Like I kind of tell myself, like, bring it on. And it's like, because nobody in the world's gonna feel the same kind of nerves that you're feeling at this moment, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like like I thrive off of them now, you know what I'm saying? Like before, it used to scare me, now I thrive, you know. And it's like without those nerves, like it's not real, you know what I'm saying? It's not exciting for me anymore. So it's like these nerves, I kind of like take it upon myself to like pump me up, or take me to that next level, you know what I'm saying? And even with business nowadays, you know what I'm saying? Business, like as a business owner, like it's like, I love the nerves now, you know what I'm saying? I love being nervous to see what tomorrow's gonna bring, you know. And as an instructor, even more, man, because it's like watching you can never get as like I get nervous when I compete, but never as much nerves as I'm gonna feel when my students compete. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's the worst of the worst. Or my brother or my friends, like when they compete, man, it makes me even more like it takes me to that edge, right? Like it's like, but it's like because you're not there for them. You can't be there for them. You can tell them what to do, but you're not there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it sucks that you cannot control it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's even more nerves in that. But man, to be honest, like before, like I said, like I used to get so nervous and worried. You know what I'm saying? But now the worry is gone, and it's the nerves get me excited now.
No, that's brilliant.
If that makes any kind of
Yeah,
sense,
no,
you know?
that makes total sense. It's like the more it's basically like kind of fear, and then like the more you embrace the fear, the more you overcome it, and nerves are that. Yeah, no, that's brilliant.
Like in a sense, like you're earning those nerves. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's gonna feel that you're earning them. You know what I'm saying? It's like these nerves are earned because you're out there competing. Nobody else in the world is out there with you feeling that same nerves. But as soon as that match is over, they're gone in a split second. You're like, oh my God, that was crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh, that's brilliant. And I saw that obviously, you know, congratulations, by the way, you're about to have a boy. Is that right?
Yeah. I'm about to have my first child. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a baby boy. So yeah, we're very, very excited. And you know, it was one of those things. It's like never knew that I wanted to have a kid. And as I got older, as me and my wife grew together, you know what I'm saying, like I knew that I wanted somebody just to, at least one kid, at least, you know what I'm saying. We don't know what the future holds, but I'm very excited and you know, motivated to be able to create a life for him, you know what I'm saying, because at the end of the day, it's like it's almost like a new challenge, and it's like a challenge that you can't fail. You know what I'm saying? It's like you must master this challenge, and it's like there's no turning back. You know what I'm saying? Like if I mess up for my life or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's like up to me to like pick it up. If I don't, I'll have to take a different route. But for this one, a child, you can't mess up. You know what I'm saying? There's no messing up. It's like you have to be successful. You have to. So it's like I've been prepping for this for of course like the last year, and just saving and just working hard just to be able to provide a good life for my kids. So I'm very, very excited and super motivated. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I was not motivated enough before, like now I'm like at the next level, you know?
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. And no, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
So I gotta ask, are you just gonna, as soon as he's born, are you just gonna put like a gi around him, or how's that gonna?
I'm gonna throw a little rash guard on him right out. Nah, honestly, like it's one of those things. It's like I, you know, I have uncles that I grew up around, and my mother and stuff, and everybody had a different life. They had a life that they wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like the good thing about it, there was always a connection. You know what I'm saying? So for realistically, like I'm not sure what my kid wants. I'm not sure. He might be a break dancer. You know, now the Olympics has break dancing, so he might take that route. You know what I'm saying? Be an Olympic dancer. You know what I'm saying? He might take the route of being a jiu-jitsu fighter. You know what I'm saying? He might take the musician. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what he does, but as long as he has something to like give that energy out. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I feel that everybody deserves to have something to like put all their energy into, you know. And it's like, to be honest, I don't want to force anybody to do anything, like nobody, you know what I'm saying? I have students, they always, some of them choose a different route, you know what I'm saying? Like some of them will be doing jiu-jitsu for a long time, and then they'll be like, hey, I think I want to start doing the Muay Thai or whatever, and I encourage it, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel that everybody deserves that choice, you know what I'm saying? Like, and of course, like whoever wants to do it, but like most people feel that I will get upset or be upset that they're not going to do jiu-jitsu as much. But to be honest, I encourage it. I want people to find what they truly love. You know what I'm saying? I had so many different lives, you know what I'm saying? Like I worked so many different jobs. I've done different kind of arts, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, everybody has to find that one thing, you know what I'm saying? Maybe 2, 3 things, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, for me, like I hope he gets to find his and kind of like blossoms, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want him to feel pressure of like, oh, my dad was a good dancer, my mom was a good dancer, or my dad or my mom were good jiu-jitsu players or MMA fighters. I don't want them to feel that pressure. But if they want to, like for us, like we already talked about, my wife is a brown belt in jiu-jitsu as well, you know. So So we already talked about it, and we'll be like, you know, no matter what, 1 or 2 hours a day, he has to do jujitsu because that's our family time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and one person told me that, Brandon McCaffrey, and he says that his kids, he has 2 kids, and his wife, she's a black belt as well. And for 2 hours a day, that's their family time. They do jujitsu together. And I'm like, I would love that to have that, you know what I'm saying? Being able to encourage my kid for 1 hour a day, you have to learn this art because it's what we do as a family, you know, and then after that, he could go do whatever he wants. He could go break dance. He could do whatever, you know what I'm saying? Play football, play basketball, soccer, whatever his art is, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
no matter what, I do definitely want to make sure that he knows it, at least for self-defense.
No, that's brilliant. I respect that a lot. Yeah, that's amazing. And what you said there, it reminds me of, I was watching a little video on the Rotolo twins, and that's
Yes,
how
yes.
they grew up as well. Yeah, their parents was just like, oh, we're going to do jiu-jitsu now in the garage. And yeah, that's brilliant.
That's all. It's an awesome thing, man.
Yeah, of course. I got to ask you, Richie, what's your goals now? What's your main goals?
Yeah, I still have, you know, big goals of jujitsu. You know what I'm saying? Like jujitsu is always gonna be like even though I feel like my competition time is different. You know, I don't do as much as like full on tournaments. I do more like super fights and stuff. I still hope to do big fights. You know what I'm saying? I still want. I still have, you know, visions of competing against top level guys and keep on pushing my competitive aspect, you know, but it's not like it was like doing every tournament every single weekend, you know, because nowadays I really have to focus on my students, you know, because now my students are competing at a high level. So for me, I have to pay attention to their journey as well, you know. And so as much as I want to compete, like I want them to be successful and get the same opportunities that I've gotten. You know what I'm saying? I think at the end of the day, every instructor wants that, you know what I'm saying? Like I want my students to be able to compete at the Polarises and you know what I'm saying, the EBIs and comment, you know, I want them to be able to do that, you know what I'm saying? And for me, I feel I could guide them, you know what I'm saying? Like I guide them the right way because I've been there and I've done that, you know. So for me nowadays, it's like I still have big expectations of competition for myself, but the biggest thing is I want to see my students be able to be successful like I was. You know, maybe they want to open up a school or be at the highest level of competition, and I'm there and I'm gonna do exactly what my mentors did, you know, saying like Bill and Eddie Bravo and Geo, and they guided me the right way. So I want to be able to guide them the right way as well, you know what I'm saying? But I still have a lot of competition in me, man. I've always like as I was saying, like even though dancing's an art, like it's still a competitive art. Jiu-jitsu's an art, it's still a competitive art. You know what I'm saying? MMA is a martial art, it's still competitive art, you know what I'm saying? But I still have that drive in me. I've never not been an artist that competes. You know what I'm saying? Like even when it comes down to video games, dude, I want to be number one. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what, I still have that competitive edge. And as long as I have that, I'm still gonna be competing. You know, maybe it's not gonna be as crazy or as active as I used to be, but I still want that. You know what I'm saying? Like I could see myself competing like at 45. It's still top guy, you know what I'm saying? Still competing, you know what I'm saying? Maybe the age brackets will be different, but I still want to be in there, man. I still have that in me. I still have that drive, and I still have aspirations of winning championships, you know?
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. I remember I went to watch a Polaris in Newport in Wales,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I remember just seeing you and how passionate you were towards your students, and it does, like, people watching like do see that, and you are very passionate about helping other people, and that's amazing. Like I really respect that as well, you know.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
No, that's totally fine. So what what's been like your biggest achievement so far in life? Because you've achieved a lot of things, I believe. And what's been that one thing that stood out to you?
Realistically, like there's a couple that they come straight off the mind, you know what I'm saying? Like one of them is creating security for me to have a family, you know what I'm saying? That and it was through jujitsu, you know what I'm saying? I never knew that this could create the kind of life that it has for me, you know what I'm saying? But it's like I've worked very hard, and that's why I keep on working even harder, because I feel that I could create better security for my family and now for my kid, of course, you know what I'm saying? So I feel that in general has been one of my biggest accomplishments, you know what I'm saying? Feeling feeling like accomplished enough to be able to have a kid. You know what I'm saying? Because that was one of the reasons why I never wanted to have a kid, because I didn't feel I had my life together, and now I do. And honestly, the reason why is because of jiu-jitsu. Without jiu-jitsu, I would have never been able to create the life that I have created for myself and my family. That's one of the biggest ones. Of course, the second one comes to getting my black belt. You know what I'm saying? Like being able to get a black belt under Bravo was one of the biggest accomplishments. And the good thing about it, or one of the things that was crazy for me, is the time that I got it in. You know what I'm saying? I got my black belt in 3 years and 11 months. You know what I'm saying? And it was because of my hard work, and that comes through my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, because of the hard work that she showed me and my family and my brother how hard she worked, and made me want to work hard for whatever I have to earn. You know what I'm saying? So me earning that black belt in 3 years and 11 months was one of the biggest accomplishments, and it was because of how my mom showed me how to work hard. You know, and you know, it's something that was very special to me, of course. Another one is being able to get my students to the level that they are. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of my students are able to compete at big tournaments, and you know what I'm saying, me being able to provide the work ethic and the skills and you know, the knowledge. It's one of my biggest accomplishments, you know what I'm saying, because I see my students being successful, and it's because of their hard work, you know what I'm saying. But I feel that the atmosphere that we created in my gym, it's what kind of takes it to that next level. You know what I'm saying? Without that atmosphere that we're creating there, I feel that, you know what I'm saying, people could get lost in translation, you know what I'm saying, or like people kind of get lost in the wind realistically, but they see how hard everybody's working, and it makes them motivated to be able to work as hard or even harder. And I feel that work ethic that we have in that room, you know what I'm saying, I feel it's something that it's one of my biggest accomplishments, you know what I'm saying. And honestly, it's because of the family atmosphere that we have in there as well, you know. And it's like, and all I do is replicate me and my brother, like our hard work ethic, you know what I'm saying, like the way we came up, the way we work together, you know what I'm saying, the kind of like team mentality, you know what I'm saying. And it's like we don't leave nobody behind. So when one guy's working and the other one's not, that guy makes sure that he encourages the other one to work as hard as him, you know what I'm saying. Just basically that we kind of hold each other accountable, and you see it in the room, you know what I'm saying. You see people kind of sitting out, and the other ones encourage you, like, no, you're not sitting out, you're coming in here, you know what I'm saying. So it's kind of, we push each other to make better. And it's like, honestly, it's because of me and my brother, man, like we always kind of grew up that way. We never let nobody like slack off, you know what I'm saying? And it's like that always pushed us to be even better.
No, that's brilliant.
So those are like 3 or 4 of the accomplishments that I'm like, that are in there for that I'm very, very proud of, you know?
No, that's brilliant. No, yeah, it's amazing to hear that. And I can imagine what it's like to be in a room with you and Geo. Like, that must be crazy, you know, the atmosphere and the energy that you guys put out. It must be amazing. Just before, obviously, I let you go, I gotta ask, who's one person that, you know, you'd wanna fight against next? You know, if they said to you, look, Richie, who do you want? Pick a name.
Man, right now, right off the bat, oh man, there's several like opponents that I've dreamed of fighting, and thankfully I've competed against most of them, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like that's something that's very cool and very fun, you know what I'm saying? Like I recently fought against CB Dalloway, which is somebody that I've been looking at for a very, very long time, you know what I'm saying? Like Kevin Casey, I fought him a couple of times. I fought Rafael Lovato, which is like an idol to me, you know what I'm saying? It's people like that I really enjoy watching. But right now, right off the top of my head, and it's because of the tournament that I'm doing mostly these days, and it's Submission Underground. There's a couple of people that I would like to fight from there. Like one of them would be Donald Cerrone. You know what I'm saying? I feel that he's a legend, and it's somebody that I've been looking at for a very long time. So Donald Cerrone would be at the top of the list, followed up by Craig Jones, because you know, I got 2 losses under him, and I feel that this is a different rule set, and I feel that we both changed our style like in many different ways. So I feel in between those 2 guys is like the 2 guys that I would want to fight right now. And not no beef, it's like because I respect both of the guys so much that I'm like, man, I'm such a fan of them that I'm like, I want to be able to compete against them, you know what I'm saying? And I feel that this is different circumstances, especially for me and as a super fight, I think me versus Craig will be very fun. And I feel Donald Cerrone is just a legend, man. And it's like, I feel that his style is very fun and very MMA based. And, you know, especially him versus RDA was so fun that I'm like, this is kind of like the match that I would want to do. But honestly, like I just love having fun fights, man. Like, to be honest, like somebody that comes forward, you know what I'm saying, not backwards. It's like, these are the kind of fights, like for me, like winning and losing, it happens to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to win, everybody's going to lose, especially in a type of competition that it's like a 50-50 split. You know what I'm saying? Because there has to be a winner, there has to be a loser. So there's always going to be one or the other. But at the end of the day, it's like, for me, I just want to be exciting. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as long as everybody's enjoying my matches, man, that's what I thrive like for, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. Sometimes I lose, man, because I'm going too hard and I slip up. Sometimes I win because of the same reason. But at the end of the day, man, I'm always trying to make it exciting. I'm always trying to push forward. And, you know, I'm just doing it for the fans, man. I'm doing it for everybody to enjoy themselves.
No, of course, man. I can tell you now that, you know, all the fights that I've watched of yours have been exciting. So I can speak for other people as well.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, thank you so much for being on the podcast today, Richie. Honestly, it's brilliant.
Oh, dude, thank you so much. And I'm sorry it had to be a little bit short, man. You know, I have to head to the gym right now. But thank you so much for having me.
You're fine, no worries. What I'll do, guys, I'll leave Richie's social media down below so you can go and check them out. Hopefully, the fights, happen into 2021 if the world opens up. But yeah, thank you so much, Richie. I really respect you, and
thank you for having me, man. Good luck on this show, and I hope this podcast does very well for you, man. Much love, and hopefully see you guys sooner than later.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.